Today's video is all about speaking faster. Or no, actually it's just about watching faster. Over the last few years I have been consuming a lot of podcasts and videos, and over time, or actually relatively quickly, I noticed that those people in those videos and those podcasts, they're all kind of talking too slow. And I think that everybody should talk in their normal speed when they're creating a content piece. We shouldn't just rush through what we are talking about, but our ears are much more capable of inputting data than our mouth is about speaking it. So I found for myself that I prefer to actually read or listen to something at a much higher rate to get more information and be done with those things quicker, and also be able to have more time for other things. So I kind of found for myself that 2xing something is a really good thing. And there's podcast applications that do that. In Audible, you can do that to also listen to an audiobook much faster. And YouTube didn't have that for quite some time. Nowadays, YouTube has that feature, but I still want to show you a little bit of a Chrome extension in today's video, which also gives you that ability on Facebook and all other HTML5 videos that's just about everywhere on the web. So let's dive right onto the computer, and I will show you which extension I use and how you can do that in YouTube by yourself. Now, looking here at the screen, I'm showing you the video speed controller. And basically this is a Chrome extension that helps you to be able to speed up and slow down any kind of like HTML5 video, which is YouTube or also Facebook videos. If we just add this to the Chrome, then it will install the extension and it will just show up right there. The settings of this application are really simple. You just can rewind and advance, you can increase and decrease the speed. And just today, I actually, while making this video, found out that you can also show and hide the controller. You can have a preferred speed, which for me, the setting down here would be 2 instead of 1.8. And the speed change increments is 0.10. I think that's a pretty good incrementing speed to just have the ability to slow down or speed up depending on what you want and what you need for whoever you're watching. Then we can just save those settings. And now let's check out how that looks when we look on a video. To do that, I will just go to my own channel, latest, and that will redirect us directly to the latest video. On my video, here we will see how that sounds. I made up a location for today's video. And what you will find here is, one, I speak way slow, but that's just my normal speaking, and depending on if you like to listen to that in normal speed or not, that is for you perfectly. But let's see the two options that we now have available to speed up the video. Option number one would be to go through the normal YouTube settings, which is just clicking on the little gear icon where you can change the quality and all that kind of stuff. We also have a setting that is called speed. And this setting, you can actually change it to slower or faster. So let's go for a 2x, for example. And yet what you will notice is that there's also this little thing up here in the corner changing to 2x, which is the control for the video speed controller extension. This little thing here, if we go back into the settings, you will see that we can actually make this also hidden by default, but we will just keep that here for now because sometimes it's just a good reminder to have it visible. You can also hit V just when you are active on the video. That will also hide and show this little speed controller. But let's listen to this on 2x.
I don't know if that was such a smart idea, at least not barefoot.
So as you can see, everything is much faster, everything is much more speedy. And if we go for language, for example, a part where I'm talking much longer, this is the area where I tend to use that speed control much more than on cinematics. For example, cinematics are kind of like, I want to keep them normal speed, but a lot of the talking, if you have a keynote speaker, if you have something like a course or a lesson that you want to learn, this is the kind of stuff that I love to use the speed control with.
Register themselves with a Telegram bot, and then they can set up an API, and that all works together. So for example,
and as you can see, this is very, very fast. So maybe I should just turn it down a little bit with the keys S and D, which are the default for the video speed controller extension. You can just make those adjustments a little much smoother with like 1.6, 1.7, the 0.10 increments, and listen to it how it sounds that way.
For example, your server can tell you when you have a new user registration or you have a new order or all kinds of different things, and basically making the whole communication to
And that's pretty much all that this extension does. The great thing about this extension is that it not only gives you the options that you usually get with, for example, YouTube, because as you can see here, YouTube only gives you 125, 1.5, and 2x. And with this extension, you can actually go up to 3, 4, 5x if you desire to do so, which is kind of crazy. But in general, this is the way that is much more granular, and you can much more tune into what you want, and the speed control with the keyboard shortcuts makes it also something that you can do without even touching the mouse. Now, of course, this kind of ability is also something that is interesting for other areas and other devices, for example, podcasting and Audible. Audible specifically for audiobooks, and podcasting, of course, it's audio and you want to listen to some people talk, but you can just hear much more and much more faster if you have speed control. My personal recommendation for speed control, and especially for podcasts, is using Overcast by Marco Arment. It's a free application that you can download on your iPhone, and you can listen to any podcast that's out there, and you can also get premium features. But the speed control in there, and especially the smart speed control, is really magical, and you can just you can listen to so much more with that ability. And a couple of months ago, I actually told someone about this kind of ability to speed up their videos, and that person was like, "Are you crazy?" And then he tried it at 1.5, and after just a couple of hours, he was like, 1.5 sounds kind of normal. Let's go to 2x. You're basically just training your brain to understand information quicker, but be warned, if you take it too far, then you may actually end up just flushing your brain and not taking any information any longer. So don't start too fast. You should still be able to understand what is being said, and of course, make sure that you still kind of take in the information while you do so. But for me, for example, that also means that when I use this kind of speed control on videos or podcasts, that I want to pay much more attention. I want to focus much more on the information, because through the higher speed, I am also forced to kind of give my main focus on that information so I can actually take it in. Let me know what you think about this kind of trick to speed up videos. Did you already know about this kind of stuff, or is it something that you want to try out? Let me know in the comments below, and let's have a chat about that kind of stuff. It's definitely something that helped me a lot over the last few years to just consume more information quicker, but also be mindful of the aspect of focusing on the information and not just having it blabber in the background, because you're probably not going to get as much out of that if you do use speed control. And as per usual, please like the video if it was helpful for you. Subscribe to the channel for more like this, as well as my vlogs and mental explorations. And I will see you back here for another video tomorrow. Bye!